Hey, dude, it's your boy Nextstop Sirchcity.
Yo, what up, everybody? It's your girl Nita back in the building.
Yes,
And
yes,
real
y'all.
quick, this is baseball season. Phillies, you better get it together.
They at the top of the fifth, and it looks like they are down three. So let's see if they can make some magic. We need Bryce Harper to do his thing. Schwarber, we need him to do his thing, and everybody to turn up. But
Yes.
welcome back to another episode of the Fool We Watch podcast. We on episode 31, y'all. We've been doing this consistently for most of the year. There are 52 weeks in a year, and
Dag,
we've done this for 31 weeks.
that's crazy.
Consistency is key. Before we get started, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the
All the
page.
things.
All of it. We'll give you more details at the end of the pod. But as you guys should know, if you've been following along, we are reviewing Netflix series Drink Masters, which is a really dope series, again, hosted by Tone Bell, and the judges are Frank Solaric and Julie Reiner. Before we get into it, this week we did have a special guest. We had James Beard, award-winning mixologist and author, Dale Drago.
Oh, he had a
Dale
good run.
Degroff.
He had a good run, guys. He had a
I was
really good
trying
run.
to. I was trying to.
They call him the cocktail OG. Apparently, he brought Cosmo into the mix. So, shout out to you, Dale, because I love me a good Cosmo.
We actually made a Cosmo one time. I think it's in the cookbook. Is it? I
We
don't remember.
did. It was in spring. Oh, I wish we would have had like a picture that we could have just. Well, I mean, I could show it through my phone. Um, it's funny. I was actually looking at it today. I kind of spruced it up, but that's the cocktail I mean oh, I guess you can't see it. There you go. Cosmetology Cosmo.
We fumbling this episode. That was the Cosmopolitan. And I was watching as they were talking about it, and they said if it's red, you did something wrong. Ours was pink, and I was like, we did it right. So
Okay.
that
Yes,
was
yes,
amazing.
it surely was. It surely was. But maybe we should go back and revisit because I feel like theirs was more technical.
Well,
Well, I
ours was
mean,
technical. We literally used
was it technical?
Citron
Is,
vodka, Ocean
it was
spray, cranberry. We used. I made sure with the Cosmo, I got the exact ingredients
okay.
for Cosmo.
Got
I
it.
ain't want nobody judging. I was watching videos and they say if it ain't these specific ingredients, then it ain't a Cosmo. So we
Well,
use.
shout out to you. Shout out to you and shout out to Dale for inventing. Right? That's what they said, right? He invented.
Yep, I
He
believe
came
so.
up with it. Yep, he
He
came up with
mastered
it.
it. One
He
of them. He did something
yep.
with it. Thank you
Yeah,
for
he
doing
did
whatever you did.
something. Yeah.
But just a quick recap. Last week, LP was the winner, and we had to say goodbye to Raj. Raj just couldn't balance out his drinks, and that sent him packing.
And apparently
This
he
week,
is not the only one.
yeah, this week the challenge,
This was a team challenge.
the team challenge, and it was around botanicals. And they had to create drinks using a specific botanical. I always have butte. Is it butte? Botanical.
Don't ask me. Um, so but they had to make it with natural house made ingredients. Let's not forget that. It was
Yep.
natural house made ingredients.
Yep. And for LP
Botanicals. I think it's botanical. Yeah.
botanical.
Okay.
For
Okay.
LP winning last week, her um reward was she
Uh,
got to pick the teams.
well, she got to pick
The
her
team.
person first.
She got to pick the team. She picked all of the
Okay.
teams.
Well, she chose
Did
Kate
she?
for her.
Did she not pick all of the teams?
Yes, but going in order. So she picked her person first, and
Okay,
then
the
they was like,
teams.
"Yo, then pick the rest of the teams."
All right, I'm not being that specific. She got to pick, and like Nita said, she picked Kate, which was smart because she's one of the stronger competitors, and she is not like over the top like some
Mhm.
people can be. Alex. Um, and then she picked the rest of the teams. You had Katrina and Lloyd. You had
Capri.
that's what I said. Capri and Lloyd, Michael and Ashling, Tao and Alex. Who I was just
Real
like, oh,
quick, real quick, real quick. Alex was not
yo,
happy
his
about
face.
this pick. He was not
He was like,
happy.
because he knew they both are hard headed and
Well,
stubborn, and they were going to get
strong
stuck in their ways.
personalities. Yeah,
Yeah,
strong
hard headed.
personalities. And he was like, they are going to clash. Like,
Yeah,
he
he knew
was
it from the
not
rip.
happy. Yeah, he was not happy. But
And,
proceed.
and then the last team was Suzu and Meredith. Each person got a botanical once they went to. They got to pick their own botanical. I don't remember. How did that go? I don't remember. Did they
They
pick their
just picked it from a glass.
own from a
They
glass?
just went up and just picked a random. It wasn't that deep.
Um,
Um, And then Julie said they had to create, and I quote, a jaw-dropping botanical bombshell drink. And they had 2 hours to create this drink. Not only just a drink, but a whole ambiance, like a garden ambiance. So it wasn't only about the drink. Presentation also played a huge part in this challenge.
yes. Um,
So this is probably like them drinks that will cost you $100 plus.
yes. Pretty much. The but
Botanical.
the botanical that they each had. LP and Kate had juniper. Capri and
Wait, what was it?
juniper.
Juniper?
Hmm.
Oh, okay, because I was calling it Jupiter. So that's good to know. Juniper.
Capri and Lloyd had pandan. Michael and Ashling had licorice root. Tao and Alex had rose, and Suzu and Meredith had hibiscus. I'm not too familiar with pandan and hibiscus. Never really had.
No, I do. I am familiar with hibiscus. Never heard of pandan.
I've never. I
It made
had
me
no
want to.
idea what it was.
It made me want to sing that song, Panda, Panda, Panda,
That's what they
Panda.
was doing in the jail. That's what they called their drink. Panda, panda, panda.
Yes. Oh man. All right. So, do you want to go into who made what and then talk about what happened throughout, or
We can
save
talk
that for
about
later?
we can talk about what happened.
Okay. So, Meredith was very happy that she got paired with Suzu. Um, Michael, I feel so Ashling is chaotic with her stuff,
Yeah.
whereas Michael likes to plan it out. And you could see the distraughtness on his face in the
Mhm.
beginning when they were like trying to collab and plan out, and she was just kind of all over
He's
the
like,
place.
we can like just do this a little bit and like just see how it goes. Let's just see how it goes. He's like, no.
And he was like, yeah, no, this is not going to work. And I will say I am with you. Alex and Tao in the beginning, they just started clashing from the rip. Like I was just like, oh my gosh, how are they gonna, pull this off? Because they couldn't even agree on what type of drink they wanted to make. Like
Yeah,
they was
Alex
going,
wanted a cocktail and Ty was like Ramos. And now I was shocked that Alex gave in easily because Alex seemed like the type that like, yo, I don't care. I want to do this. But he's like, you know what? For the sake of the team and the challenge and I'm trying to win, like we're gonna go ahead and do the Ramos. And they did the
so,
Ramos.
sometimes you have to like fall back.
Yeah.
Sometimes you Um, yeah, Capri and Lloyd looked like they was getting along well together. They
They
were they go ahead.
they made a good it's two teams that I thought had good balance. Capri and Lloyd, because she would like bring him back. And he even said it like
He said that.
working
He
with
said
her
that.
kind of like I can throw the idea out, but that don't mean I have to do it. So
Right.
she edited the whole thing. He had good ideas, and some were like, she's like, I don't think so. We're gonna do it
But
this way.
he's one of those ones where he does a lot and he's like you
Hmm.
got a reel back.
Yeah,
So like you said, having her, he was able to reel himself back, but he needs to work on editing as well. Like
yeah. And then
edit. But
Meredith Suzu working together, I thought was a good because it made sense on paper because she's like Lloyd, all over the place, doesn't know how to edit. Where Suzu is kind of calming and like peace and tranquility, and let's just bring this together. So I felt like they were going to do good, but those were the two that I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense.
well, going back to Lloyd and Capri, so they decided to add a gelato into the mix of their element, their drink. And Lloyd never made ice cream before, and he
Mhm.
was nervous about it. So I was like, I'm sure as well as he was really hoping that this came out right and that it made sense. Cause
Yeah,
it was
we
like, here
saw.
we go. Here we go. Trying things that never did before.
Yeah, it doesn't always work out, and I was about to say we've seen it on other shows we reviewed. It don't do not experiment. You can experiment with what you know, but when you don't know it, I advise you not to even touch it. That's just
Yeah.
my opinion. Don't do it if you ain't got to.
Yep.
But
Um, LP and Kate, I thought that this was a nice change.
I ain't
No,
like it. I ain't like the idea. It is This is an alcohol competition.
but they
Come out
put
with
booze,
come out with
but they
Drink
put
Masters Mocktails edition. I
but
want
they but
alcohol.
they but they put booze in their other component.
And they did ice cream too.
Yeah.
That nah, I don't need booze in my ice cream. I need booze in my drink.
Well, they made a non-alcoholic gin, which they are apparently both fans of non-alcoholic drinks. And LP again was making the alcoholic boozy ice cream. I was getting worried for her because she even said she was nervous about the ice cream because she done tasted so much
Juniper. The juniper
that
is be
the
strong.
juniper, yeah, the juniper, thank you, the juniper, and she was just like, she can no longer trust her palate. She was like, is this enough what is it?
Juniper.
Juniper. She was like, is this enough juniper? Because she's just been tasting it and she just wasn't trusting her palate. So that kind of made me nervous a little bit.
But here's
Um,
the thing about that with me. Kate felt like the ice cream wasn't right. I don't think she spoke up
she
enough.
did say, I don't think she did so either, because she said, but and but I felt like she could have because I was asking her.
But she didn't really say. I would have been like, take this. No, we not. Or maybe, but I don't know. I don't know if they were both was tasting the juniper, but Kate literally said in her interview, she was like, I was not liking her ice cream. She
Oh,
literally said it. So I'm like, well, why don't you tell her this isn't right?
yeah, yeah.
So I felt like she was a
Instead,
little
and
quieter.
instead of telling the interviewer like that don't help you out in this competition. Tell the person who you're working with that you don't like it. Yeah, I get
Yeah,
what you're saying. Um, Tal and Alex seemed like you said before, like Alex kind of like gave in, and it seemed like they were working better together. It seemed like how they strategized was they was working off of each other's strength. So
yeah,
whoever was, more advanced in this particular component, that's who was working on that, and vice versa, which I thought was a really smart idea.
yeah. That way they can work separate and still work together and not.
Right.
So that was definitely smart. I was shocked. I could have swore they were going to be all over. Somebody was going to smack somebody with a rose. I'm like, this joint about to get crazy because they both
I'm
are
done.
very strong. But when I saw them working together, I was like, okay, that's what's up.
Yep. Um, Meredith and Suzu. Um, they were doing a lot. They were doing a lot. I think they did too much. They overdid it, and this was definitely hurting them time wise.
Yeah.
And Suzu even made mention because I forget what I forget like what was the purpose of the strainers, but it wasn't straining fast enough for him. Like he was like, it's kind of taking forever. Like whatever
Hmm.
components they needed from that, it was straining quite slowly. And I think he even said, like, I think we was doing like we did too much.
Yeah. Again,
Which
I thought the pairing would be good because he's calm and she's wild. So I thought he would be able to edit her like Lloyd, like Capri did Lloyd. But he kind of just was like, all right, let's do this. All right, let's try it. Yeah. And he was brought into her world of just being all over the place and doing too much with too little time. I mean, you did have 2 hours though. I'm kind of confused. To me, if you have 2 hours to make a drink, and I know you have to make it elevated, if it takes you 2 hours and you fumbling at the end, yeah, you should see that you're doing too much. Congratulations, you played yourself.
and they surely was running behind, and they were the only ones who was really running behind.
Not
Um,
because at the end, really, there was the people that was doing ice cream was worried because they stuff was soupy
uh,
and
well, yeah, yeah.
like it was like 10 minutes left, and it was like, oh my god, my ice cream is not freezing like I thought it would. So there was people, I don't know, ice cream. I don't know. I guess ice cream and alcohol is cool, but the two people who made the ice
I
cream
don't
struggled.
know. Again, I am not a real fan of mixing
Dairy.
dairy and alcohol. Like again, I don't know how my body is now, but I know when I was younger, that crap did not mesh well with me. Like my stomach would hurt. Like my stomach would be upset every time.
I'm
So I kind of like stay away from that. But real quick before we get into like what the judges said about the drinks, watching them put the drinks together.
at the
Oh
end.
my
That's
gosh.
my favorite part of the show when they start
Yes.
plating and doing all that stuff.
Oh my goodness. It's just a sight to see, man. And I wish they could just pass this to me right through the screen.
Right.
Oh, that'd be so dope. Mm. I would have been like, what the judges say?
You forget the
I'd
judge.
be
You one of
done.
the judges, and you like, huh? I don't
Yep.
know. Good. All of
Yep.
them. Good. Nobody go home this week. Make me another one.
Right. Horrible. So LP and Kate, they were the first one to get judged. And what did they make? Search.
LP and Kate made the placebo effect, which was a uh
Placebo.
non-alcoholic
Oh
gin,
no.
cucumber soda, gin, and juniper berry ice cream.
I'm sorry. Placebo just it
Fake,
just what?
fake alcohol. Placebo
No,
means fake.
no, but don't judge me with what I'm about to say. It placebo takes me to the word placenta. So-
I don't know
yeah.
where that
I
came
don't
from. Okay, that
I'm
was
just saying.
nowhere in the realm of my mind.
I know, but that's I'm like, yeah. They love their cocktail. They couldn't taste the
The gin,
juniper,
the gin,
the
and the ice
gin. That's yeah, they couldn't taste it. So it was kind of pointless to even have the ice cream.
cream. It was pointless not to put alcohol in your drink. But I
Mm.
digress. Um,
Next we have Alex and Tao.
They made the rose for Ramos, and they used gin, citrus, egg whites, rose ship infused cream, aromatic rose dust. Real quick, have you had drinks with egg whites in them?
With what? Egg whites?
Egg whites.
Um, what drink calls for egg whites?
It's a lot of them. More so like when it's supposed to be on the creamier side.
Oh, I can't. I would have to look it up because right now I can't think of the name. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I have.
Because I was
Or if
thinking,
I or if I did, I didn't
I
know
didn't even
that
know.
egg whites was in it.
Because it's like they're not cooked, so it's just raw egg white. So I'll be like, I don't know if I want raw eggs in my alcohol. Probably does taste good, but well, maybe because they you can whip it. I don't know. It just seems weird for me. Just
Mm-hmm.
thinking about raw egg in my drink. I don't
I
know,
know. Yeah.
but
But their drink looked beautiful to me. I love the top decoration.
yeah,
The
they thought it
decoration at the
was.
top.
Yeah, they just felt like the presentation should have been a little bit more.
More
They did the
when
little.
he
They should have
talks,
that.
yes, yes,
I would have
that
did that as soon as
changed.
they walked up, like pooh,
Yes,
roses.
yes, yes.
But it wasn't as thick as they thought it was, and it looked like a milkshake. It was
It
beautiful, but it looked
did.
like a
It
milkshake.
did. It
So they
did.
liked the fact that it wasn't as thick. You can taste the rose, but it was not overwhelming.
Yeah.
That's what they liked about it. Well, Julie liked
Yeah.
about it. It's just the
Yeah.
presentation was a little lacking. Yeah, but those decorations at the top was dope.
I like that a lot. Okay, next we have Ashling and Michael. What did they create?
They created the Dark Horse, and this was an herbal amaro liqueur, licorice root tea, black currant syrup, and notes of citrus and herbs. And let me tell you guys real quick, I love licorice. Licorice.
I do not.
I literally have licorice upstairs as we speak.
I don't
I
like it.
love black licorice.
I hate
And
it.
I probably would have loved this. I really want to taste this drink.
But here's the thing though, none of the judges were a fan of licorice, but they said they were a fan of the drink. They
That's
said
why I
it
was
was
like,
good. So
yeah,
so based off of that, based off of I don't like licorice either, but I would try that because they are not a fan of licorice and they said it was good. But again, their presentation fell short.
yeah.
So we
And
have Sue. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
Oh, next we have Suzu and Meredith. And what did they create?
The blush and bashful.
You would have thought we were drinking.
I wish I could go for a shot as we speak. With the blush and bashful, and this looked very nice. It was gin and vodka split tomato, strawberries and raspberry hibiscus water, and hibiscus paint.
One didn't even know you could split a tomato. But yo, I love their presentation. It looked so nice. However, Dale was not a fan. He was like, I seen y'all was doing all of these different things. And he was
Mhm.
like, when I drank it, I didn't get any of it. Like it just didn't gel together in the end. So he seemed like he was just, a bit disappointed.
Yeah, I get what he was saying because the
And they
f-
were doing a
flavor
lot. I
the
mean, they
flavor
had a lot
pairing.
of different ingredients.
Yeah, they said what's the guy? Not Dale. What's the guy's name? I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
I don't know. I know Julie.
Frank. So
What's the
Frank
Frank?
Frank
Frank.
initially said he's like the flavor pairings made sense. He liked the fact the different pairings. I think their issue is it was too because Dale said it was too many flavors, so they didn't balance it. That was their
Yeah.
issue. It was too much
Yeah.
going on, and a
Yeah.
Cosmo is multiple flavors, but it makes one drink, and I think that's what they just couldn't balance it.
Mhm. And then last but certainly not least, and I think I'm gonna just put it out there, the best presentation hands down, Lloyd and Capri. And what did they make?
They made the pandan. They use pandan coconut washed rum, which I want to try.
Mm.
Pandan sesame syrup, coconut, and with the coconut lime gelato.
So let me tell you, Julie loved
Mm-hmm.
this cocktail. What's the host name again?
Tone Bell.
Yo, he was like, I need another one.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was so good, and it looked like you was in a mystical forest. Like
Yeah,
the presentation was out of this world. The judges overall, it was just nothing but praise. They loved the drink, they loved the presentation, except for that one leaf.
that
They
was I
could
was
have
about to
just
say. They
they just could have did without that.
they said it was a home run except for the garnish. They said you just threw it. Yeah,
Yeah,
you could have kind of tried to decorate it or something, but yeah. Other than that, it was perfect.
yeah, it was. Um, so yeah, so it was no surprise to me that the winners were Capri and Lloyd. So good job.
Yeah, I'll give it to them. They definitely did their thing. Again, the best presentation of the night, and they had the best drink. So all in all, they created a perfect alcoholic beverage, and congratulations to them. So, with winners must come losers. That means they didn't win.
I just before we announce who the loser is, are you surprised? Because I'm not.
No, hell no. I'm
Okay.
they needed to do they needed this. They did too much.
Okay. So it was Suzu and Meredith.
Dun dun
They are at
dun.
the bottom. They were at the bottom. So they were. It's called In the Mix. That's where they mix off. And Dale, the professional that he is, he showed them how he makes his Cosmo. And he
Mhm.
wanted to, and the challenge was for them to create a Cosmo, but to add their own flair to it. So Zuzu said he was going the route of like, he wasn't going to go all out. He wanted to keep it as simple as
Mhm.
possible. I forget if he came up with a name for his drink. But he didn't want to take too much from the Cosmo, right?
You're right.
Okay.
He just wanted to incorporate a like a Japanese winter type situation.
Yes. Yes. And then Meredith, she was putting a Christmas twist to her Cosmo, paying homage to her great grandmother. Um, but again, Meredith, you didn't learn from the challenge, the team challenge. She was again, her biggest issue was editing. She was doing way too much and she was
Way too.
frazzled and she was running behind. I mean, to the point where like she couldn't even really execute the drink how she wanted to. And like her presentation looked awful.
And then this was only a 30-minute competition, I believe. So why are you I just don't get like in your mind, and I guess this is just how people think. I don't hold it against her, but it's like in a competition, you're about to get eliminated. You need to do what you know and not
But
do too
here's the
much.
but here's the thing too. She realized that she also wasn't doing what Dale had showed her.
Yo, she didn't chill her glasses, and she was cooking. That's the crazy part. Someone like you are making something that's hot and you don't get a chance to chill it. Like, ugh. So she spent so much of her time creating all this other stuff. And to me, watching her create it at the end, I was like, you didn't really do anything. So what were you actually doing for 30 minutes to enhance your drink? Where you watch Suzu, he's doing this. Like you can see his whole presentation coming together. And if you watch Meredith, you get anxiety.
Yeah,
So
for real.
full person, I just feel like, yo, just bring it down a little bit. Or if you want to go that fast, you gotta get your Gordon Ramsay on. You gotta like really practice
Yeah,
know your stuff.
right. But interestingly enough, interestingly enough, her drink was balanced, whereas Suzu, his presentation was really nice. It was spot on, but his drink, tasting it, it wasn't balanced.
We are reading what because he did he called it a Folio Cosmo, but he used mandarin vodka, orange liqueur, lime, and cranberry spiced syrup. They didn't really use too much. They didn't really do anything different. This was not real different from a traditional Cosmo. Meredith, hers was called Christmas for Eva. She used a lot. She used mandarin and citron vodka, orange liqueur, broiled lime juice, cranberry spice syrup, purple basil garnish. So she did a lot, but her, like you said, hers was balanced. His wasn't. Her presentation was good, but I think they came down to the fact that who can be molded and elevate in this competition, um, to keep them around because both had was missing elements enough to where it's like it could go either way.
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
it came down to who do they think can grow. And sadly enough, uh the loser of this competition was Meredith. I remember watching this the first time around and I thought she lasted a little longer than the third episode. But man,
Yeah, man, it's
it's been a
crazy.
while.
It's crazy rewatching this, man. Like I forgot a lot. Now I do remember that drink that Lloyd and Capri made. I do
Mhm.
remember that because I remember it based off of the presentation.
Yeah.
That's about as much as I remember
Yeah.
from, yeah.
But Meredith, it was exciting watching you go hard in the kitchen, creating your drinks. You definitely have the creativity. That cannot be
You just
taken
gotta
from
calm down
you.
and
I bring it down.
edit and stop like doing so much.
That's why I wish they would have a season two, and then they bring back some of the people that, like at least two or three people, like Meredith, Suzu, and maybe somebody else. I would love to see them go at it again. See
See
if
how
she at least grown in the process
right,
where they are at
right.
right now. So I'm just gonna say this every episode. Y'all need to stop playing Netflix.
Yeah, I know. We know y'all already recorded it. Just put it out.
Put
And
it
I know
out,
we're not the
man.
only ones because I see it on Instagram. People are asking for it. Like
Yes.
we've been waiting because we would have, if there was a season two, that's what we would have been reviewing right now. But
I digress. But if you're watching this, let us know in the chat what was your favorite drink of the episode. Also, plan your revolt. Put all your comments down. Netflix, bring back Drink Masters. Hashtag bring back Drink Masters. Let's go in the chat because I really feel like this competition is not like any other
it
competition
is
out.
not, there is not. Everything else is food.
Mhm.
Like all these different type of different things with food, like making food out of snacks and
Yeah.
visiting different restaurants. And no, like when Drink Masters came out, that's when I realized we don't have a drink competition at all. Like this is great. Like we need to have more. So yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I was texting. But no, I agree. I agree. Definitely more drink shows, preferably drink masters, and you need to bring back Tone Bell. I like how he hosts. He is funny, but he's not over the top with it, and
Wait,
he's
real
smooth with
quick.
his. Go ahead.
I liked how he was like when he pretty much said goodbye to the rest of the contestants. He was like, "See, like pretty much see y'all later. See y'all in 5 seconds."
Exactly. Like
I
y'all know we gonna binge watch this. So we need the
thought that was
whole
funny.
thing back. We need Drink Masters and we need Tone Bell back. All right, but guess what, guys? This has been another episode of the Food We Watch podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the three people that watch every week. Thank you so much for tuning in. to our little
Please put
podcast.
your name down below. We want to know who you
Yes.
are.
Stop sneak
Put your name
watching.
below. Yes, put your
Comment.
name below.
We know you
Yes,
watching this.
please, please.
Say something. I'm giving up on you. I'm not really though. I really want you to say something. But also let us know what shows you want us to review because
You
this
know
this is
what?
not going to last forever.
I think we should start saying that in the beginning.
Okay. That's
We're
that's
gonna start
probably
saying we're gonna start saying that in the beginning. Let us know what you want us to watch. Comment below, please. Thank you.
all
But
right.
anyway, Search, before we get out. Ooh, well, I don't know what happened to Search, but you can follow him on all platforms at Normalsby Chefin as well as Sirchcity. And for me, you can find me at
What?
Nita.foodphoto
I don't
on
know what
all
happened.
platforms.
Wait, Nita dot food photo
Food photo. Oh,
on platform.
already got you. Already
All
shouted
right.
you out.
Yeah, Search City and almost be shot. Did you shout out? Oh, if the food we watch five.
I didn't get
I don't know what happened. I'm sitting talking and the drum was like, doo doo.
Oh man. Okay, guys. Well, that's our cue.
Well, look, before we go, we gotta let you know that good things come and good things go. Life is like a box of chocolate, it will kick you off your own podcast. Shit ain't made. What happened? I still don't know what happened. Peace, y'all.
Oh
Yo, I don't
man.
know what.
Yeah.